Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Jack YGO here today, coming at you with a cool video today. It's going to be a feature match live in real life duels. First one I've done in a long time. Like, my brother and I still plays every now and then in real life, but this felt great to do. It was a first in real life locals tourney. This one only had 6 people, but this is actually a feature match that happened after because Jarek didn't play. Jarek's the guy that's on DRYTRON Dragoon on the left. He's on DRYTRON Dragoon, like I just said, and he will also be in the invitationals this coming weekend, I believe. So shout out to him. I think he's going to do great. Jarek's a really good player. So again, shout outs to him. Go watch him. If you see him, you know who he is if you're watching this video. So yeah. And then I'm on the right with the World Championship qualifier, Matt piloting DDD. So yeah, 6-person locals, really fun. Looks like our locals is going to be happening on Tuesday because it auto-filled for 12 people pretty much. So yeah, regardless though, big shout out to Players for letting me film this in here, and big shout out to them again for just letting like just hosting locals and stuff and being a great OTS store. So I'll leave their link to their site in the description. Just make sure you order a bunch of stuff from them. And yeah, so we're going to end up doing a high roll here in a second. So Jarek ends up winning the high roll. I'll spoil that right now. So against DRYTRON, obviously losing the die roll isn't the greatest. Quick thing, if you guys want to know how I did my locals, I ended up smashing Virtual World round 1, and then I just lost out after that. Lost to an IO game 1. And then I ended up losing in time to Frank Kids. So yeah, I played all meta decks though, as you can see. DRYTRON, Virtual World, Frank Kids, and Tri-Zoo, or Tri-Brigade. So yeah, Jarek's going to end up going first here, which is obviously kind of devastating for me because he's playing DRYTRON and I'm playing a deck that doesn't main hand traps. Yeah, he's going to start out with Alpha. He's going to pitch the Ultimateness here, and he's going to go ahead and add up Edithon, I believe. I think he adds Edithon here. He's thinking he didn't open that good. He told me right off the bat he just did not open that great. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and add Edithon, shuffle up. He's gonna cut. We both trust each other, so we're not gonna cut our decks that much until we've like shuffled up for the game. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead right into Ultimates and just pass. I know he has an Edithon in hand, but I know it's definitely a hand full with at least 2 fairies. He's gonna end on that, but clearly he only had access to 1 name, which usually Alpha's a really good starter, but yeah, he's gonna, not if you don't have any other names access, but he's gonna go ahead and negate the Kepler. Unfortunately, I did have the gate, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So it looks like he's gonna save he has at least 1 more negation in hand, clearly. He already pitched the Edithon, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add the Necro Slime. I've got full combo in hand plus extender, so I can play through this fairly well. It's just a matter of how I'm gonna play through this, because the way I have it set is he's got a 3k defense, so it's gonna make it impossible, pretty much impossible with 2 to 3 negates for me to actually kill him with like a Boral Sword play. So I'm gonna have to play this out fairly wisely. So I'm thinking banish the Swirl, the Special, and the Lamia, and this is gonna trigger the Genghis to target Special Summon the Necro Slime. He's gonna let all this go through. So yeah, Genghis was obviously fusion summon with the Lamia or the Swirl Slime, and then I'm gonna go right for a Hulk. No cross sheep shenanigans. We're just gonna go right for the Hulk. No one's playing here. He knows I have both effects engraved still, so he's thinking here Hulk's pretty devastating if it goes through, but he's actually gonna let the Hulk go through, so he's definitely got a plan going on here. I'm thinking of what I want to do, and mainly I'm thinking right now I should go just aim right for a Crystal Wing so I don't have to deal with. I know he's going to negate it, the summon, if I summon it, but I got to get it out of the way somehow. He knows the one big threat right now is me going into a Crystal Wing. And if I just summon Boral Sword, he can negate that summon. So I really got to watch what I'm doing here. So I popped Ragnarok and scale and go for the Alexander. This is going to trigger Ragnarok, so he's going to be under half damage, but I know I can't kill him this turn, so it's not too big of a deal. So we're both 8k to 8k right now, and I'm going to burn 1,000 to summon a card back if this goes through. So he's thinking here big time for sure. So yep, I think he's going to let this through here. Yeah, and he's going to let that through. That's going to summon the Lamia. That's going to trigger my Alexander here. Or you know what, I'm not even triggering Alexander because I just want to go right into the Crystal Wing, not have my access to it negated. And right away, he's not even thinking. He's just pitching the Edithon, it looks like. I'm not sure what the first card he pitched was, but Oh, he pitched Edison, and then he pitched Natasha, that's what it was. So here I'm going to go with my extenders here. I'm going to go Necro Slime, some of the big Genghis. So now I have access to at least into a Shen and have some follow-up play. The only thing, I know he's on Dragoon, so I really got to watch what his top deck is and for him to be able to go into Dragoon. So it's pretty risky for me right now. So yeah. Basically, I'm thinking on what I want to summon here, because there's no way I can really kill him. I don't want to go into Borrelsword, because if he does go into Dragoon, it means I'm taking 3k plus another 28 from a Shen I'm going to have on board. So really, I got to really watch what I'm doing here, just knowing his follow-up and his potential top deck. So yeah, I'm going to send that the gate, so I'm not going to burn like crazy. I do have a gate in hand already, because if I left Gate out on the board, I'm more than likely going to kill myself, and I'm for sure not going to have a Ragnarok on my follow-up. So I'm really just thinking of how I can survive and just kill him on my follow-up here, aka resource management. So I'm going to be thinking for a bit here. That's pretty much the best I'm going to be able to do. I've kind of realized that. It's basically a Shen and basically just summon out the formula while keeping the level 7 out, the Alexander. I know he can't essentially kill me off it, depending on what he top decks, really. Like if he top decks a DRYTRON, it's pretty much all over. I really just gotta, but I also do have Shen, so that means he's gonna have some stuff banished. So it really depends. It means he basically has to get rid of his ultimateness and stuff like that. So Shen's gonna put him in a bit of an awkward position, but I believe he drew another alpha, which was not good at all. So he's thinking here, he's going to summon the alpha, pitch the alpha, which is terrible, obviously. If he drew any other DRYTRON, it probably would have been pretty well, good game. I'm not sure what the other card is in his hand, but yeah, he's just going to be able to search like a Ben 10 here. And I think he's just going to summon a monster, I believe. Or, I remember what his second card was now. He's got a talent here, and I just go into formula to draw. It's also so he can't burn me like crazy if he goes into a Dragoon. So he's forced to take my Shen essentially. That means he can't actually kill me for game. So he's gonna take the Shen, and he's just gonna link right off with it into a Verte with his alpha. So Verte summons Dragoon. This is why Dragoon's really good in this deck, because it can help it out with awkward situations, or in other words, when they've been hand trapped like 3 times, right? So yeah, he's going to go down to 6. I can't remember how much life. I have 7,000 life, so that's another thing I have to watch, because he could have easily had game on board with a Dragoon. There's no way I was putting a negate for Dragoon to feed off of. Yeah, so he's going to go Dragoon. And I know he can't. Can kill me here, but the thing is, I think he forgot, because he's going to burn me for 27 there, which will put me at 43. And the thing is, so he'll be putting me to 700, swinging at me. And the thing is, I think, so I don't think he realized how much life I was actually at. We have a calculator on the side. Unfortunately, we couldn't put it in the thing because it's a bit too big to take up space. We could have, but it just would have been kind of annoying to play around. So we decided to keep it out of the space. I'll just be trying to remember what the life is and maybe calculating in my head. But I'll be giving you guys the best updates on the game state. So regardless, he definitely did a misplay. If he put his ultimate as an attack, he would have been able to just kill me, but I don't think he realized that I burned 1,000 too. So he just thought playing it safe, putting in a 3k defense monster was safe, because it really is, because you'll have essentially a 4k body and a 3k. So that's going to be hard. He knows I have to go into Borrelsword and like build up a bunch of bodies for that. So he's trying to, again, play a resource management game, even though I don't think he, again, realized he could have just killed me by putting in an attack position, but that's okay. He did note afterwards he did do that as a misplay. So Gate, he's going to let Gate go through, and I'm going to be able to add the Necro Slime. My hand right now, I believe, is a Where Art Thou. Actually, I am thinking on the Necro Slime. I ended up having Lamian. I committed to the Swirl Slime instead. So I have a Swirl Slime, a Lamia, and a Where Art Thou in my hand right now from what I remember. So yeah, send the Lamia. That's going to go right into a Little Genghis, my last copy. He's obviously letting that through, and that's going to trigger Genghis to target Specimen Big Genghis, or sorry, Ragnarok and Scale. So I burn 1,000. That puts me to, I can't remember now. I had like 200 life or something at this point. So yeah, I think I was at 12, so he would have been able to swing me for another 1,000. Sorry, he forgot about the 1,000 burn, so again, that was a bit of a misplay, but that's okay. So I'm going to trigger all their effects, basically just summon a bunch of bodies. And now I have access to stuff like Chaos Ruler, I have Recursion in my graveyard, and I can definitely climb into a Boral Sword at a certain point, because I have to get into Boral Sword here. Now I'm going to put Chaos Ruler to kind of make him think, like, because Chaos Ruler definitely puts a lot of pressure. That's what I really like about the card, and it can also recur itself. So he knows at this point I have really good recursion, and I'm able to build up a pretty good board here through stats. So I'm going to let all this hit grave. I want my Swirl Slime in graveyard here to fuel my grave as well for the revival of the level 8. But the Chaos Ruler. But what I am thinking about here is I really want to go into like something like a Satellite Warrior here. Because Satellite will definitely force the negation effect, or just in general to Dragoon to make him 4K. And that is what he's going to do, because the only thing is I have to revive the... I can't revive the Satellite Warrior if he destroys it with Dragoon. The Formula Synchron if he destroys Satellite Warrior with Dragoon, because I'm going to have to banish it off the Chaos Ruler revival. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead add Gate, because the reason why I'm doing this here is because I can normal summon so I don't burn off Wear of Thou, and then I need a way to get Gate off the field using Lamia's effect, because I'll just burn myself to death the follow-up. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I just dropped the Wear of Thou to add the Kepler. And yeah, I'm going to go into Cross Sheep, revive the Chaos Ruler, which will now trigger Cross Sheep for both an attack boost and a special summon. So that's a huge part right there, is I'm going to have a boost and a special summon. And it's going to bring another one back, and right here I'm just going to go right into a Satellite Warrior. Yeah, and that's going to be banished. I'm thinking the Lamia's going to be, I'm like, oh no, I haven't used Lamia yet. So Lamia was revived off of the Cross Sheep. And then that's just going to summon a Satellite Warrior. Satellite Warrior is now going to target everything but the Dragoon and put him to 45. So he is basically forced to negate that effect. Like I said, here I don't have the Formula Synchron to revive, so he can afford to destroy, and I won't get another tuner on board. So yeah, he's going to destroy that. And then I'm going to be able to have Lamia to be able to bring itself out. And then I'm still going to be able to revive a Shen-Shen, so I can go into a Boral Sword plus the Shen-Shen with the High King Genghis. Which essentially, since he has no cards in hand and just has the alpha, it should be, once I clear his board with the Shen-Shen, it should be plenty. And I'm kind of making sure I can lock him out of playing here just with the standalone Shen-Shen. So I'm going to go to battle, and I am forced to first off swing his Dragoon, because there's no other way for me to swing around unless I crash a Boral Sword. So Boral Sword's going to gain 2k swinging over his Dragoon, because it's now at 4. And then I'll be able to swing his Verte with the Shen-Shen. Shen-Shen is also using his effect to recycle back one of my Lamias, I believe. And then, like I said, he's taking half damage this turn. So this is going to swing him for 1150. I'm going to use Boral Sword effect to switch to defense, because unfortunately Ultimatus has 3k defense. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So I'm forced to do that. And then I'm going to have to swing at him for 14. So yeah, all those cards are banished. That's another key thing, is that he will not have access to any of those, and he did not successfully summon his any of his rituals in grave. So right now I'm in a really strong position, and he's got to deal with Shen-Shen for sure. So and if he does forever for some reason top deck Lightning Storm, we switch the Shen-Shen to defense, so we can't get rid of it. Yeah, he's looking like he's in a bad position, I believe. So we're gonna see what his top deck is in a second. He's looking over his rituals, and yeah, he hasn't successfully summoned either of them, and he's got an Ultimatus banished. Like, he's in a terrible spot right now. And yeah, he drew another he drew an emergency, which isn't enough for him to do anything. Unless, like, there's nothing he could have really drawn there. So yeah, we're just gonna scoop up, and yeah, I'm gonna put in some Drolls and some Nibs. That's pretty much all I have for him. And we're just going to jump right into the second game here. So yeah, he's taking first, obviously. He's going to go Alhaiba or Zeta, pitching the Delta. Had the Ritual spell. I believe he's got like access to 3 names here, plus some other like good cards in hand. Yeah, he's got he's gonna pitch the not sure what he pitched here. He revealed to draw. Regardless, he's going into Mubeta. Mubeta's gonna foolish the Alpha, I believe. Yeah, so I'm not sure what he sent. Sorry, I can't really see because of the glare. But yeah, he's gonna go Alpha for Ben 10. He's gonna have access to Ben 10, so I believe it really depends. Can't really see what he has engraved. So yeah, he's going to Link into Link Karibo. Like, he's got full combo here. Yeah, he did have the Gamma in hand, so he opened like really nuts here. Like, this is easily full like combo to the fullest. I believe right around here we were told that we're gonna have like a cap, like a 40-minute cap, because they had to close up. So yeah, I just decided to let him combo just so we can showcase what he's doing, and just so we can showcase Jarek playing a little bit more, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna let him go ahead and combo. I do not have Droll or Nib in my hand, so yeah, he's already got access to Ultimateness. He's gonna use that to go into a Ben 10. Like, you know, he's feeling comfortable around the Nib. Yeah, he's already got like the Beatrice play. He's gonna go ahead and dump an Eva, and then he's gonna get a Herald and a Diviner in his grave or in his hand. He's thinking on what to banish here. Yeah, and then he's gonna banish those, grab Diviner and Orange Light. So yeah, obviously not looking good for me. Like, if you don't hand trap these guys, if you don't hand trap a DRYTRON player going full combo, just scoop up right away. Like, you can literally say, oh, do you have combo? But like I said, in this case, I want to showcase Jarek's gameplay a little bit here, so I'm just gonna let him combo regardless of what the time is. We don't really know what the time is. We just know Chris has the time down, so yeah. He's got Ultimateness, and he's gonna go into a, I believe he goes into Verte here. Yep, he goes into Verte, and then he's gonna go into an IP. So yeah, even if I have Ruler, he's got everything in hand that he needs. There's pretty much nothing he can do here. It's just me watching myself die. And yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna just scoop up. I'm just gonna let him play, showcase the gameplay. Yeah, it's going around to my turn, and I just scoop up. So I had like Infusion tactics and stuff, but that doesn't do anything against him because Herald's just an insane card. So yeah. So I'm gonna take first, obviously. This is my first time going first, and yeah, I'm gonna go Desires. I'm actually uninterrupted this combo, so I'm gonna be able. I actually opened really good. I opened good all 3 games. I wouldn't say I opened good game 2 because I didn't have any draw or nib, so it's all that really means good when you open when you're playing against DRYTRON going second. So yeah, I'm gonna start out summoning Kepler. He's letting all this through, so yeah, Kepler adding the gate means I basically have to drop the gate. Gate's gonna use Effective Search, and I'm just gonna drop a bunch of searchers here to save some time. I did look at my hand again. I was like, oh, I have another Wear of Thou, so yeah, I just dropped the Wear of Thou again, and that's gonna give me access to Droll. So I already have all my pieces in hand, so at this point I can just add Droll. I am gonna burn 4, but I don't really care. Like I said, we're both used to the 50-minute as well, so we're not too concerned about the time, but we're also just trying to like focus on our own gameplay here. So yeah, I have full combo plus a Droll and an extender in hand, so yeah, I just kind of show them what I added here. Soul Slime's gonna fusion summon. I'm gonna use that in the Lamia. So I have a Copernicus in hand, so I'm trying to chain block the like, I highly doubt he's on DD Crow, so yeah, I'm gonna be able to chain block. You're more than likely gonna see a Ghost Spell than a DD Crow unless you're playing Tri Brigade. So yeah, I foolish the Necro Slime, the other piece. Gonna go right into my full combo with the Cross Sheep and everything. Necro Slime's gonna use effects. I'm gonna fusion summon. Drop that effect, revives the Lamia. Ask him if anything's good, because once I'm able to fusion summon or synchro summon here, it's basically all over. At this point, he's got to rely on having the Dark Ruler or the droplets. So yeah, I'm just going for the Chaos Ruler combo where I lock my opponent out of playing, because that's a really strong combo against. It's really strong against DRYTRON. You don't want DRYTRON. DRYTRON's still a good deck going second. You don't really want them doing their shenanigans and stuff. So I'm just like, you know what? let's just do the Chaos Ruler, and then my follow-up's also nuts. Yeah, my Foolishes weren't the most amazing. I think I just let Lammy hit the grave so I can just have a second one in grave. I have enough cards in hand to... I have a Droll and I believe a Ragnarok in hand, so yeah, I just let him go. Basically, he needs a Ruler or a Droplets to beat around this, and he's got the Ruler. So I still have a Droll in hand, but he is also on Dragoon. So I'm just kind of just chilling. I'm like, yeah, okay, I still got... He knows I have Droll. So he's kind of trying to play around it. He's going to go Zeta, pitching the Alpha. So I guess he went, or sorry, Delta, pitching the Alpha. I believe he went for Delta first just in case he could draw into like a card to stop Droll, rather than just searching like a Ben 10 or something, because that doesn't really do him any use here. Looks like he did not draw into a Call By or anything, so yeah. He's just basically going to go for a rank 1 here. So he's definitely thinking, obviously. He's going to use Alpha here. He's going to pitch. I'm not quite sure what he just pitched due to the glare. It's also a bit weird for me to see when I'm doing a voice recording. So yeah, he's going to send, I believe he's just going to stump the Gamma, because this way he'll be able to, yeah, he's going to send the Gamma. That way he's able to have the Mubeta out still. And he's literally just going to go for Dragoon here. It's a very solid way for him to play around Droll, because it just works really well on the deck. And the deck's consistent enough to play the Dragoon pieces, so yeah. He's going to send the Red Eyes Fusion, he's going to send the other pieces. And yeah, it looks like he's just going to be sitting on the Dragoon Mubeta. I can't take any damage this turn, so I'm not concerned. I know I have a really good follow-up, and I have Gates plus Ruler plus all my effects in Graveyard still, so I'm not very concerned. So yeah, I can easily play through the Dragoon Negate, plus even a hand trap if he had it. So like I said, I'm not too concerned here. He just pops my 2 cards, and then he's going to battle me, get rid of my Hulk and my Genghis, I believe. So yeah, basically going to leave me with a Ghost, which isn't bad either because I have access to level 2. Oh, he does swing over Ghost because Ghost has 300 defense and Vertex 5. So yeah, he clears my board. I don't bother using the Ghost so his Dragoon doesn't boost itself by another 1k, because I don't want to deal with a 5k Dragoon. I burn. I'm at 3k now because I took 4 from the Double War Archdao. Like I said, it doesn't really matter when I'm doing Double War Archdao. I just didn't realize what the time was. My follow-up's really good here, but you're going to see that we're real close to time here. I'm going to go Allure. Yeah, Allure's going to, yeah, and then time gets called, so yeah, it's just game over there. So yeah, Jarek took it in 3. If we had a bit more time, I definitely think I would have been able to take that. But yeah, that was a good game overall. Very good gameplay from his side. I think I did my part on my side as well. So yeah, that was very fun to play. And yeah, not too much to say about that. I hope you guys liked that match, and I'll have more of these coming soon. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. Peace.